looking at the bright blue sky. I strongly dislike the feeling of being confined. We have nothing left financially, Randy, and we will be starting over from the very beginning. But that is perfectly acceptable because at least we have our freedom, and most importantly, we have each other. You are right, Mr. Leahy. Randy smiled, his heart swelling with affection. The time we spent overcoming these challenges has helped us grow closer than we ever have been. I believe our bond has never been stronger. Officer Ted stepped out of the building, offering them a stern nod. You are free citizens now. I trust you will both make wise decisions moving forward. Use this second chance to build something positive. Back at the trailer park, Ricky was excitedly showing off his latest creation to Jacob and Corey. He had constructed a magnificent multi-level wooden deck attached to his home. Look at this craftsmanship, Ricky beamed, sweeping his hand across the sturdy wooden planks. I built this entirely by myself. It has a wonderful outdoor kitchen setup, a comfortable seating area, and a beautiful flat-screen television. It is absolutely incredible. I even built a small, safe sleeping area for my grandson when he visits. And look at the upper level. It is a breathtaking patio with reclining chairs and a handmade lamp. This deck is fantastic, Ricky, Jacob said, genuinely impressed by the hard work and dedication evident in the construction. It is incredibly comfortable up here. Thank you, Jacob, Ricky replied proudly. I know how wonderful it is because I poured my heart into building it. But we must return our focus to the grand announcement. It must be something spectacular. What if you announced that you were running for the presidency? Jacob suggested, his imagination running wild. Ricky chuckled. That is a very ambitious idea, Jacob, but I am not certain I have the political background for such an endeavor. It needs to be something grand, perhaps involving a magnificent animal to show my deep affection for Susan. I want to give her an engagement gift that she will never forget. What about a horse? Corey suggested suddenly. A beautiful, majestic horse. Ricky stopped, his eyes widening in pure realization. Corey, that is a brilliant idea. A horse. It is elegant. It is grand. And it perfectly symbolizes strength and beauty. An engagement horse. This is going to change everything. Later that afternoon, the sun began to cast a golden glow over the gathering crowd. Bubbles had parked his charming, newly painted beverage truck near the stage, happily distributing his artisanal sodas to the cheerful residents. The atmosphere was filled with music, laughter, and the joyful anticipation of Ricky's mysterious announcement. Hello, everyone, Bubbles called out into the microphone. I hope you are all having a wonderful time. Please make some joyful noise for our good friend, Ricky. The crowd cheered enthusiastically as Ricky stepped up to the microphone, dressed in his finest button-down shirt. Thank you, everybody, Ricky said, his voice trembling slightly with emotion. How is everyone doing today? Today is a monumental occasion for me, and that is why I wanted all of my friends and family here. Are you ready for the grand announcement? The crowd roared in agreement. Ricky signaled to Corey and Jacob. Slowly, from behind a large wooden fence, they led a calm, beautifully groomed horse adorned with a bright pink ribbon. Bubbles and Julian stared in absolute disbelief. Is he truly bringing a horse to an engagement proposal? Julian whispered, utterly bewildered. Look at this magnificent creature, Ricky announced proudly to the crowd. Today, I want to present this beautiful horse to the love of my life, Susan, and I am going to ask her to be my wife. Just as the crowd began to applaud the grand, albeit eccentric, gesture, a car pulled up abruptly. Susan stepped out, her expression thunderous. The crowd parted as she marched directly toward the stage, her eyes fixed on Ricky. Ricky, Susan shouted, her voice cutting through the joyful music. We need to talk immediately. Ricky smiled nervously, holding the horse's lead rope. Susan, sweetheart, I am in the middle of a very important presentation for you. Do not attempt to charm me, Susan interrupted, crossing her arms. I discovered that you have been keeping massive secrets from me regarding your career plans. You told me you were going to become a certified small engine mechanic, but instead, you have been wasting your time in the woods playing in a secret garden. You are completely lacking in focus and maturity. Susan, please hold on a moment, Ricky pleaded, his heart sinking as his grand romantic gesture began to unravel in front of the entire neighborhood. I was trying to build a financial foundation for our future. I wanted to surprise you. You surprised me, all right? Susan retorted, shaking her head. You surprised me with your endless schemes and inability to communicate truthfully. We are constantly arguing. This is not a healthy relationship. We have vastly different goals in life, Ricky. I need stability and you need to mature. We are completely finished. Before Ricky could respond, Susan turned on her heel and walked away, leaving him standing alone on the stage with a horse and a shattered heart. The crowd fell into a respectful, uncomfortable silence. Julian stepped forward, placing a comforting hand on Ricky's shoulder. Let her go, my friend. It is for the absolute best. You both need to find your own paths. Ricky nodded slowly, handing the horse's rope to Jacob. You are right, Julian. I suppose I was trying to force something that was never meant to be. As the evening descended and the party quietly dispersed, Bubbles, Julian, and Ricky sat together on Ricky's newly built wooden deck. The stars twinkled brightly above them, offering a sense of vast perspective. Ricky held a glass of sparkling water, his demeanor subdued but thoughtful. Bubbles looked at his two oldest friends, his heart overflowing with a deep, profound love for them. He took a deep breath, knowing that this was the moment to speak his truth. Gentlemen, I need to express something that has been building inside my heart for quite some time. Bubbles began, his voice soft but incredibly firm. I will start by saying that I love both of you dearly. I always have and I always will. We love you too, Bubbles, Julian said softly. Please, just listen to me, Bubbles continued. This might be slightly difficult to hear, but it is essential. Have you gentlemen looked deeply into a mirror recently? We are growing older. We are no longer young men who can afford to waste our days on fragile schemes and empty promises. Look at how we are living. We are constantly searching for shortcuts, but nothing truly changes. Who is benefiting from this cycle? Absolutely nobody. Ricky looked down at his hands, the scrapes from the forest still visible. I truly believed I was going to achieve success today. But you were attempting to do it through secrets and shortcuts, Ricky, Bubbles pointed out gently. That is the fundamental issue. We must stop deceiving ourselves. This day should serve as a profound awakening for both of you. Look at my situation. I have established a legitimate, honest beverage business. It requires hard work, but it brings genuine peace of mind. Bubbles leaned forward, his eyes shining with unshed tears. I know how your minds operate. When you face financial hardship, you resort to desperate measures. If you continue down this path, you will isolate yourselves. You will end up lonely and unfulfilled. I do not want that for you. I want us to grow old together with dignity, surrounded by the families and the community we have built. Julian stared at the wooden planks of the deck, the truth of Bubbles' words piercing his pride. Ricky remained silent, absorbing the profound wisdom of his dearest friend. If you truly love me as much as you claim, Bubbles concluded, his voice steady and full of hope, then the era of shortcuts and foolish schemes is permanently over. We must embrace responsibility. We must choose honesty. I want you both to reflect deeply on this tonight. The cool night breeze swept across the deck, carrying with it the undeniable promise of a new dawn. Ricky took a sip of his sparkling water, looking at the intricate woodwork of his deck, a tangible proof of what he could achieve with honest labor. Julian looked out over the quiet park, his mind finally letting go of the need for an easy victory. They sat together in a comfortable, healing silence. The grand engagement had